so you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind.
I like anything you do, Natsuki.
What about my poops?
Anything.
Oh.
Am I bothering you?
No.
How about now?
It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with.
Or when people are trying to talk to me.
Yeah, or when they're not trying to talk to me, or when they're just there, or when they're not there.
Oh, come on with the cherry shit! Sayori, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate.
What the heck? So you're also a fucking liar? But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love.
Like, I love cookies. Natsuki loves manga. Cthulhu loves absorbing the souls of thousands of damned.
Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the GameGrumps.
Hello and welcome back. It is GameGrumps. It is Doki Doki bonus content. It's extremely wholesome, and I'm losing my mind. I think we're on the second to last story. Is that correct?
I don't remember.
The last story better be a fucking first-person shooter. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her. And she's in her smell. She smells. Not just like the way we talk to each other, right?
I mean...
Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for.
Have you ever licked her?
Delicious. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should.
It'll be fine. I will figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems.
This wasn't your fault, Monica. It was Yuri's fault for looking down on me. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But it's fine. I promise. I didn't like Yuri anyway. Let's just get our mind off this, okay? It's Parcheesi. Let's play Parcheesi. In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex.
Don't be mean. I'll talk and read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay?
Well, then tell your friends not to be mean to me, sorry ding. I'm just bitter. Not like Yuri. She's sweet.
Everything will
Bitch.
be okay.
I wish I could have what she has.
I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. Right?
Yeah, sure.
This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other over the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. What do you think, Cthulhu? That is so insightful. Will the club really have to just come
We should kill them.
Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight.
Oh no.
Wait, was that part 1 or 2?
I think that must have been part 1. That's such a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Okay.
Phew. Oh, thank God.
A new day arrives. Sayori arrives at the club room earlier than usual. That is, not late. Nice dig. As she enters, it appears to be empty still.
This is why I show up late.
So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayori has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry.
My heart feels vacant because the ship sailed away.
Yo!
Who you trying to ship? Yeah! Natsuki?
That's my name, don't wear it out.
Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door.
Ah! Sorry, didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not scared!
You're scared! But it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening in on your poetry thing.
Yeah. Thanks for realizing that.
Should I let you finish that up then?
Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do it whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting.
Oh, okay, great. Let me read it then. Oh, this sucks. This sucks. Where's Monica, by the way?
Oh, she's out in the hallway.
Why?
Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri's too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so...
Oh. Jesus, Yuri really let things bother her for that long? Who the heck does that?
She can't control her feelings.
Feels like no one here can control their feelings.
Yeah.
For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head.
Can you imagine, like, somebody coming in and just being like, "Hi, I want to join the literature club," and they're all like, I'm just gonna join the music club.
This reminds me so much of, like, I worked at a coffee shop in Philadelphia once. It's long gone, but there was someone. There was just like this 10-person email chain started by someone who was like, I feel like we're not being treated with respect and we deserve more money and all that. And then one of the higher ups was like, I'm glad we started a dialogue about this. Like, there was just a lot of that, like, comforting wording, but, like, after 10,000 emails, nothing had changed,
Yeah.
nothing had been solved.
Oh,
and yeah, it feels a little like that.
Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while by starting a dialogue. But as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back.
I know. We should start an email chain.
That'll do something.
I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if we all just ignore it and move on. That's how I deal with my feelings. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty and I hate that too. But it doesn't matter to me.
It's okay to have feelings.
No, it's not!
It doesn't make you weak.
Yes, it does!
Let's figure this out together.
No, we can't! Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff.
Let's try to come up with a happy scene.
Okay, maybe you're not so good at this stuff.
All right, talk to the doll. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from.
What are so bad about my feelings? Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday.
What part of the conversation made you upset?
I don't know, the part where she said I'm stupid?
Was it Yuri being mean about the manga?
No, it was another thing. Maybe, I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate that I'm letting that happen.
Is it because it came from Yuri?
No. Why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide what they don't like about me, or manga, or whatever, or that I stink. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance, or to smell me.
I'm sorry, Ding. Everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you give Yuri's books a chance?
Oh.
No!
After this? Obviously not.
What about before this? Let's go back in time.
Well, I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated.
I see. The dragon. But you know, I like Yuri's books.
Well, I guess that makes you a fucking snob too, huh? Yeah, but you like manga more, right?
Sayori shakes her head.
I like them both.
You can't like them both.
I like them in different ways, but I like them both.
Sayori, what the fuck?
I like them in different ways. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it.
But it's much smarter.
But the most important thing is both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves.
Take a look
love them both.
You can't love them both. You have to choose one.
And I think there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. And I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think.
Is this supposed to be a metaphor about me and Yuri? How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first I was with Monica, then I was in the new club, and then I went to the boxing club and I fought everyone there, and then Cthulhu looked at me weird. I'm glad we're past that, Cthulhu. And then it was you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person's being such a jerk. If they just realize that, then we can at least get going. But nobody else has this problem. Everyone's so fucked up! Except for me, that is. I just keep running away from the reality that everyone's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it.
Natsuki, shut up!
Jesus,
just so goddamn dramatic.
Read your fucking manga or whatever. Jesus.
Sayori puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder.
You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good. And sometimes, at the same times of communication, it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, sometimes, if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other and get communication wrong. It's something that Yuri and I struggles with a lot too.
Jesus.
It can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection and self-awareness
Or whatever.
and vulnerability.
I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest.
What do you mean?
You don't work out. You're like 4'3".
Tell me about that part of you.
Everyone here needs therapy. Just everyone.
Why don't you lay down on this couch and tell me more?
No, you are not qualified. A qualified therapist.
Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades or even stupid things, like if my room isn't clean, my dad. And I just hate my dad! Hate my dad! So what am I gonna do, cry about it? Yes! If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. I'm better than you. Get the fuck out of my way.
Dad. I've had a breakthrough.
So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead.
Do you see yourself as better than Yuri?
Obviously. If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself.
No!
No.
No.
Our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. Integers are made out of wonderful springs. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about themselves. That part of vulnerability, you know, accepting that we have feelings that we don't like.
I hate that.
Good. The first step to acceptance.
My feelings make me a bad person because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. I'm like a donut. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way.
You're not terrible.
She's terrible.
You are not your feelings.
But
you are not your feelings.
oh my god!
Say that to yourself out loud.
Fine. I am not my feelings.
The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. And even if you can't ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then. And it's gonna make you feel like poop.
And they're gonna drink your orange juice, and they're gonna leave the fridge open, and they're gonna leave their clothes all over the couch. You're gonna be like, get your clothes off the couch, and then you're gonna be like, no, it's the best place for them.
Just make sure when you do poop, you leave the door open. They're gonna hate that.
They really hate, especially when they have company over. Like when I had Stan over that one time, and then frankly...
So So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other for the better. Does that help you understand?
How do you know so much about this stuff?
Oh, I killed myself in another timeline.
Sorry.
Makes you think about a lot of stuff.
I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Called depression.
God damn it, Sayori, don't make me look like an asshole. Trying to make jokes here.
Called depression.
Depression? Yeah, he drinks all my milk and he leaves his clothes on the fucking couch with the door open.
But you're like the happiest person.
But you're like the happiest person I know.
I am not my feelings.
I want to be a good person like you.
Oh, you little sweetheart.
Don't ever call
You
me a
cute,
little...
cute little sweetheart.
Fucking...
We're all good people. Are we having a meet cute? You, Yuri, and Monica. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you.
And you too.
You too, Cthulhu.
Natsuki remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it the result of her vulnerability? The pressure's rising. Oh no, it's shooting out of her mouth. No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable.
Yeah, inflicted a wound. Well, I guess, yeah, inflicted a wound. I understand. I guess it makes sense.
It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that simply cannot be bandaged and left alone any longer.
And that wound's called my dad.
Damn. Ah.
Stairs.
Yuri, what are you doing all the way over here?
Did you know we have a snack machine?
Holy shit. I was looking for you.
Please don't yell at me.
Nobody's yelling. Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday.
With my yells.
It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine.
You're not mad at me?
Well, I didn't say that.
You're gonna die.
What did you say? I thought you were the one mad at me.
I was so awful yesterday.
Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument.
I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset.
Hold on, that's not what happened at all. You screamed at Natsuki and called her immature and said the shit that she likes is dumb, and then you stormed out. So let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod. Nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase.
I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them.
What kinds of negative thought patterns?
Like everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki.
No, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you.
How do you know?
I don't fucking know. I'm just trying
These
to make you feel
people should not
better.
be in a club together.
Yeah.
It's been like 1 week and they've had like 3 years worth of shit happen.
Well, because Monica thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki, and how a display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think Natsuki. What if this was all happening in one day?
That's how it feels.
I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate.
She will absolutely need to protect herself, though, with a shield.
She just, well, I guess the way
2 battle stations!
Arm the cannons! Well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it.
Oh. But that means the burden is on me. And I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, I just...
Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri.
Why does it do that?
And why can't I stop? It's okay, Yuri. You don't need to beat yourself up. I'll do it for you.
Ow!
I think anyone would like you if they had the chance to get to know you.
Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself.
Well, then draw something else.
Like a bear?
Yeah, you could draw a bear.
I will draw a bear. Natsuki even said she found it more respectable when people speak their mind, so I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. That bears are everywhere.
Just draw the bear, show it to Natsuki, and everything will be fine.
What the fuck is this?
What am I supposed to do with this fucking thing?
This is like a horse or something?
You're terrible at drawing.
But
Everybody hates you.
Especially me.
But Sayori and I like you, and we've gotten to know you a lot by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? What?
I don't think about her.
You're literally only thinking about her. That's not what I meant, really.
I
was just wondering if you had an opinion of her.
Fred, I do.
What is it?
Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. A commoner. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. Me, a member of the bourgeoisie. And my feelings about her are wrong.
Sometimes I just want to get in my yacht and go away.
And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential.
No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong.
Well, they're not right.
That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I was to first started the club. Here, take this chip. This will control you.
Yeah, after the first round where I caused everyone's death, things have been a lot smoother this second go-round.
We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things, or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I could never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork.
I'm glad we started a dialogue.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of bullshit. Yuri wears a dejected expression.
You make it sound so easy. You're so mature. And so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Like a rich, important child, but, a child nonetheless.
Oh, Yuri, I'm far from perfect.
I'm merely 99.9888% perfect.
But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to, reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts.
I am a neural net processor. A learning computer. I just want to be a good person.
Well, you're not doing a good job. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far.
That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her.
Communicate what?
How I feel.
What do you feel?
How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it...
Shh. Shut the fuck up.
How it reminds me of me. Oh, wow. There you... That is true.
Yeah.
We hate the things in other people that we secretly see in ourselves. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this.
Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the peace is disturbed, right?
Because Because of the wonderful things I does. La la la. The literature club should be happy for everyone.
Because of the wonderful things I does. Jesus. Oh man.
Oh boy.
Monica looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you right now.
Well, maybe we should change to the one new picture that they do towards the end of all these. Sorry, I didn't oh, that's you.
Sorry,
Ding.
I didn't need to make you uncomfortable.
No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so...
Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle. And I love when you communicate your feelings. Locking on. Downloading all memories.
Yeah. Fingerprints acquired.
Erasing source data.
Holy shit.
I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. Oh, I forgot. I erased all your data.
Oh my god. I'm going to write her a letter.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll love that.
Yeah.
Oh, a letter. What a great idea.
C for cranberries. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me and I forget to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean.
Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination.
People don't naturally gravitate towards me like they do for you and Sayori.
I could cut glass with this face.
I'm hardening. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be, but something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. And she sucks and she's annoying. But we're friends. Even though she's the worst. But I'm friends with her because she put so much effort into understanding me so that we could get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. And I wonder if she feels the same way.
Natsuki? Yuri nods.
I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. There's there's a type of person or a magical formula that I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that. I suck! Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people.
Yuri shakes her head.
Friendships happen when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them, and respect them, and trust that. They also want to be a good person.
I mean, where did this come from?
I don't know. I mean, these are all good lessons, but good God, man, my head is spinning. That's what I learned through my observations in the literature club.
Observations? Yes, I've been a sleeper agent this whole time.
I'm the mole. From the debate club.
I'm hunting Cthulhu. Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's so unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself.
You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy because I learned a lot of things.
That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Circuits getting shorted. Monica never thought much of it, but in the past weeks, Yuri always seems to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. I hate that about her.
Aww.
It's true. Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict, but that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and the capacity to improve. Some people have more weaknesses than strengths, and the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monica can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. The end. Oh, there's more. A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fists pressed into her collarbone. It's Cthulhu!
She's adorable.
When she finds the Literature Club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monica is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monica glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Just so you know, the girl is invisible.
Yuri, what a surprise to see you during lunch.
Yuri squeaks a response.
Please help me.
They're after me.
Yeah, Cthulhu is harder to fight than I thought.
He's coming! Quickly, take this gun!
It was you that shot at him.
What? Is everything okay?
Yuri shakes her head.
I don't know how to write letters.
Thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency.
It is an emergency. I'm trying to write for help, for backup, to the Cthulhu hunting squad. Monica briefly glances over her shoulder at her other friends.
Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something.
Cthulhu's one of the friends sitting at the lunch table.
Yeah, you didn't finish that juice box?
Cthulhu, I didn't even say you could.
What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, Cthulhu eats the student.
Do you, we could go find an empty classroom or something. Not like you're interrupting shit I'm doing.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
I feel bad taking you away from your friends.
Yeah, you should. It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything important, and you're just hanging out and being friends.
Yeah, and it appears one of my friends has killed the other 6 anyway, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
I'll let them sort that out. Monica trots back into their classroom, says something like, I gotta go to her friends, and then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri.
When will you be back?
Okay, let's find somewhere quiet.
Yuri nods and follows Monica as the two of them set off.
The end. Fuck! How are you today?
Huh? Me?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Oh gosh, sorry. I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week.
How come?
My charging cable's broken. No, I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time.
Me too. I do that too.
What do you want, a fucking medal? Hey, this classroom is empty. Let's go in here.
After peering inside, Monica opens a classroom door and the two of them enter.
The end. Damn it!
Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. Didn't this scene already happen in front of the cans and stuff?
I know.
She watches as Monica pulls 2 chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monica beckons her to take a seat.
Here's how we're going to kill Cthulhu.
She stares down at the empty desk.
You nervous?
I don't want to do this.
We don't have to. We can come up with something else.
Your Monica voice has turned into your baloney man voice.
Baloney man.
Yuri shakes her head.
It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative.
Gosh, you must be really determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you.
Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. And we'll find out what she writes next time on GameGrumps.
Oh my god.
We don't need this sickness in Uganda. We will not let this sickness.
Yep.